Bravissimo, bravissimo. It is soccer time. But before all that, guess who we are? Oh, you already know. We, too, got into a fight with a bunch of bees outside, and we did not come out victorious. We are the Astra Boys. I am Casey Waltz, and over here on my right side is the original T.I., and over here on my left side is Joe Hooters, featuring fucking. And we also have another guest coming up later. But first is first. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. Another episode of Astra Boys. What you guys do this past week? Anything going on?
This past week?
Yeah, man.
Not really.
Just
Wow.
work. Yeah. Monday through Thursday is pretty much a work situation.
You know, baseball just ended for Joey Mullets, so this was our first week. We didn't really have much going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain, so I mean,
it did rain.
yeah. We got our softball game canceled. I was looking forward to that. It was kind of.
I cut my grass. Yeah, did you cut your grass?
Yeah.
Yes.
Stupid rain
Yesterday.
just made everything overgrow, and I had to cut it again. And then I went swimming. I went swimming.
Did you shower before you went swimming, or you just?
It's my personal pool, so no, I don't care. I don't have anything on me. I'm good to go.
I mean, but you was cutting grass. You probably had grass all over you, right?
Oh, that? No. No.
What the hell's going on in this
grass do you
podcast?
think it's just? You think my grass just
going on
flies
here?
all over the place and it just vacuums all on my head here?
I mean, a little bit, right?
This is a dumb conversation.
Okay.
Ken,
You're
what'd
the
you
one
do?
that asked, dummy.
It's time to turn Ken's mic on. Come on, Ken.
Fuck Ken, what'd you do?
I was busy handling stuff for college, Keaton's college stuff.
Ooh, how's that going?
It's a long, drawn-out process. Got to fill out too much paperwork, health forms, insurance forms, blah, blah, blah.
That sounds as interesting as your
Yeah, and that's
vocal
why,
tone.
that's why
They
Keaton's
want-
giving it to me.
They want you to be as confused as possible.
We already had a whole segment on that. You had your chance. Now we don't want to hear about it no more.
Yeah. So mute that.
And don't ask.
We'll get with you in here in a little.
We could jump into.
All right. We'll go ahead and jump into Chiefs news. Let's see. So they started camp, right? And Chris Jones. Well, actually, the veterans don't have to be there until when? Next week?
Saturday, I believe.
Saturday. Okay. So is Chris Jones going to make it? Is he going to be there? What do you say? What do you think?
So I've heard a couple of people think that his deal will be done by Saturday because once he starts missing practices, it's $50K a day for him.
And I don't like to lose $50,000 a day. What do you say there, Ti?
I could definitely keep $50,000 a day.
Yeah, I'd like to keep mine.
I'd like to keep it.
Yeah, just a one time.
That's a big hit right there, huh?
Yeah. So do you think the contract is going to be fulfilled soon?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, what's his name? Quentin Williams got his deal done last
Tarantino?
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think they have, between him and Sam Donald to work with, I think it should get done pretty quick.
It is inevitable. It's going to happen. I think sooner than later. Can you have something?
Aaron Donald.
Oh, I was like, who's Sam Donald?
Sam Donald was that
He's
quarterback,
the quarterback.
right?
Yeah, he's the quarterback.
Yeah.
Did you say Sam?
So
That's
Joe's
Darnold.
right.
That's still wrong. It's
So shut up,
Darnold.
Ken. No.
Ken, you should say that for your Ken's two yins.
Yeah, stop it. All right,
You,
muted.
you should have wrote that down. That'd been a good
Muted
one.
again. Sam Donaldson.
Good save, buddy. Thank you.
So, okay. So, I'm thinking it's going to be sooner or later, or else they would have traded him a long time ago. He is coming back. Do not fret, but he does need to come back and start practicing. So, there you have it. T.I., you have something on that?
No, I the only thing I have is I saw the Andy Reid video, or the interview rather. They asked him about it, and he didn't seem super optimistic, but at the same time, it's more like it's just not happening as quick as he thinks it's going to happen, but it seems imminent. It's just a matter of when. So we'll see if he decides to take a hit on a little bit of that money, or if he shows up in time.
All right. So, like in my intro, I mentioned that we got into a fight with a few bees out there. So I bring that up because what happens in practice? So Patrick Mahomes was getting attacked by a bee. Well, nobody else is getting attacked, but then you see number 12. I didn't catch what is he, a backup quarterback? This dude was duking it with the B. He's like, and doing all this and shit. Patrick was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna run." Nobody else did much. You know,
I would
they
have
were just
ran.
kinda- yeah.
I would have got it. Yeah, I'm not down with getting bit by bees.
No, I got stung,
I guess.
again this year by a wasp, and then it was right here in my knuckle, and then everything right here just started swelling up, and it lasted about a good week. A honeybee, I don't know. I don't know why he was picking on Patrick Mahomes, but I think Andy Reid. Did you see the moves that Patrick Mahomes was doing? I mean, he was juking left and
I
right. He
actually
looked
did.
like.
I missed it. You
No.
have to
Yeah, I
break it
did-
down for us. Break it
yeah.
down for us.
So yeah, so the B was just kind of, you know, he was juking left and he was juking right, and he's like ducking. He's like, I'm running, and then he thought he was in the clear. The B was in his face, and then he ducked again. I'm thinking, all right, these are great moves. These are great practices. Andy Reid needs to get a swarm of bees and just release them, and then we'll see how everybody does.
So his ankle is looking pretty completely healed, huh?
Yeah. yes, he is good to go. I think so. I go to Renaissance Festival every year, and I remember bees are everywhere, and I think they're attracted to the sweetness. And I was like, why do they keep on coming
Are you
around
saying
here?
that Patrick Mahomes is sweet?
I think he's sweet, but
Oh, he's
somebody
definitely
told
sweet.
me I think it was somebody that worked there. Like, hey, did you put on cologne before you came out? I said, yes, we
yeah,
did.
yeah.
That's what it is. He goes, you need to go to the restroom and then wipe it all off. If not, they're going to keep on attacking you. And so I don't know. He might have had some kind of product on him, and he was just getting attacked. So
So speaking of contracts, what is the deal with D Hop signing with the Titans?
what he just, I don't think he wants a ring. Do you really want to put the rest of the career? I don't know. Is he?
No, that's where he's going to end his
Tannehill?
career. That's where he's going to end his career. That's where Randy Moss ended his career.
Andre
Yeah.
Johnson,
Andre Johnson,
Julio
Julio
Jones.
Jones. That unfortunately is where wide recievers go to be irrelevant, and then they're eventually out of the league.
So here, I do understand this part of you have a short amount of time in the NFL to make all the money that you're going to make for the rest of your life. So I don't know what his financial situation is right now. It should be pretty good, you would think. He just came off a big contract.
Yeah.
But I can't. You know, he made. He makes money. There was it $13 million a year? Is that what it was?
But if for you, then he
I mean,
was
how
not
much do you
interested.
think the Chiefs offered? Now, if the Chiefs offered 11 and he went 13,
I think that's a
fucked up.
dumb move. Even if we offered 3 less, and here's where I would come at it. If I'm him, his marketing opportunities become vastly so enormous if he becomes a chief, right?
Yeah,
His
he's gonna be way
opportunities
more relevant
to
in
go out and
NFL
get
too.
endorsements. I think he just had so much more opportunity to make money outside of football by playing with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, absolutely. And you still have a chance for the next 3-4 years to win that one ring that he does not have. Do you really want to count that on Tannehill? I mean,
The Titan.
Oh, bro.
Like
That's not
Tony
happening.
said, he's going there to be Mr. What would you call him?
Irrelevant.
There
Mr.
you go.
Irrelevant,
Thank you, Tony.
unfortunately. He won't live up to his normal billing.
No, absolutely not. Because first of all, he doesn't have the quarterback to throw it to him.
Nope.
all right. I heard beep beep again. Let's take a quick pause here. Hey, fella.
Is that the
Hey,
Roadrunner?
fella?
The Roadrunner beep?
Mic number 4. Mic number 4, fella. Can you, I don't know, put it on buzz? No, you're not. All right, we'll get back. Okay, so, yeah, D-Hop, sorry, fella. I mean, I wish you luck, man, but nope, it ain't going to happen for you. Washington Commanders have been sold for $6.05 billion. We almost had it, guys. We pitched in our money. We could have had it, but
We
you know,
had the money. They just, I don't know if it was the background check.
maybe it was. I don't know. We could be some pretty good owners.
It was T.I.'s background check, wasn't it?
That's what it was.
As soon as I said that, I was like, oh, man.
Oh shit! They're gonna
They
bring
went
it up.
back like 30 years.
Did you have an episode with Verizon? No, that wasn't me. What about Oreos?
So with the sale, the new
Josh
ownership-
Harris Group.
is that
Yeah.
they said they're going to have a new name as well.
Yeah, so now they're thinking, okay, after this season, they're going to be looking into a new name. So they're from Washington, D.C. So what kind of name do you think, what would be your name? If you own this team, what would be your name?
Well, man, they don't have to keep the same colors, right? They're gonna keep that maroon.
Sure, I'd keep
gold.
the I'd keep the same colors. Sure.
I mean, that's been their kind of their thing.
Right.
Man, I would think I'd want to do something patriotic, right? Like they kind of try to do that with the Commanders, but
before they
thinking
came
Generals?
up, before they came
the
up
Generals, yeah.
Washington Generals, but I feel like there's a team name. There's a team that's already the
Well,
Washington
that
Generals.
was the USFL back in the day.
with, so
The
I
Generals.
I think they could take it if it's not being used currently.
well
Is that the name of the team that the Harlem Globetrotters play?
It sounds like it.
it sure is. Yeah, yeah. So if you
Okay,
wanna
that one's
go
off the table.
from
That's
one
off the
losing team to another. So I would have said Washington Monuments,
Ooh.
but
What would be
is that
their
already used?
Hold on.
What would be their?
We should Google that.
Their.
Washington team.
I did like the Washington football team. They should have kept that.
Yeah, I thought it became funny.
Let Ken on. Let Ken on.
What?
There's the actual Washington Monument that's in D.C. Why would they name themselves after the Washington Monument?
All right, I'm going to put mute on you again. Good God. Okay, so there's a lot of monuments in Washington, D.C. This is why you're on mute. So this is why you call yourself the Washington Monuments, because it's leadership. It's huge. You're the first thing that somebody sees when they drive up. You're a huge monument. It's not just one monument. There's a lot of monuments.
What would their mascot be?
A big fuck.
Big monument.
Hey, kids.
What if there's like, we're going to be the Washington Winners? Like,
The Washington Winners.
sounds pretty dumb, actually.
It is
Winter.
dumb. No,
Did you
no,
say
man.
winter? Like
No.
winters? Like it's cold there?
Hey, hey, fucking, you're off mute. What's your team name?
I like what they were doing before, where they were suggesting like the Red Wolves, or there was something else red that they were talking about.
Oh, like Redskins?
No, well,
Instead of
I still like the
Redskins.
Redskins.
How
Call
about
them the
I
Red-
do like
the
the
Red
Redskins.
Wolves.
Ooh.
But
That was a one of
one of them
finalist.
was a Red Wolves, and then there was
Yeah.
another Red Raiders, or I
personally like the red shirts. The Washington red
Oh,
shirts.
Oh! It's already used. It's already used.
we'll
on
sell-
Sunday.
we'll
Hey,
sell that
we
name.
could
We'll
license
sell
it.
it.
We could license it out.
Yep, yeah, absolutely.
Nobody's going to take our red shirts away from us. And if they do,
There
we
it
can't
is.
fight
It's the Washington Red Shirts. It can't be nothing else.
Yeah, I like it.
If you don't change your name to the Washington Red Shirts, you're going to have another losing season.
But they're not red. They're like, what,
maroon, they're more maroon, yeah.
Yeah, but they can't be the red shirts. That's the Chiefs colors.
Ooh, yep.
Never mind.
Interesting.
Yeah, that got recorded.
Bless me.
Or did you mute it? Yes.
So now I got a new segment. So every time we talk about a segment and we're about done, then we'll have Fucking come on and give his 2 yens to finish
After
up that
each-
segment.
But we're not done with this segment.
But we're
yet,
not
are we?
done with it. Yeah.
So I did hear they were talking about, I think it was on 810. I listen to 810 a lot. That's my go-to. How what's it, Daniel Snyder, and how they kind of forced him out.
Hell yeah, they forced him out.
And the whole thing with John Gruden got forced out because of the emails.
Hell yeah, he got forced out too because of
So
his
then, like,
emails.
they were kind of like, so bad for these guys. Woe is me. John Gruden got 40 million. Daniel Snyder got
He's still
6
getting paid.
billion.
Yep.
So these guys fucked up whatever they
Did
did.
you see
and
that John
they get
Gruden tried to?
paid.
Yeah. John
Yeah.
Gruden tried to
Enormously.
come back. He tried to come back and say,
Yep.
"That's bullshit. I was fired for no unnecessary reasons." He tried to come and defend himself. It wasn't even a good defense. It was, no, bro. We saw your emails.
Yeah. Well, my point is that these guys supposedly fucked up, but they got paid handsomely in the end.
Dude, if you look at every corporation at the highest level, right? The CEOs, they can go in and they can completely fuck up a company. They could lose that company a lot of money. When they get fired, they always walk away with
Fat
these
payout.
nice parachute payments. It's just it's ridiculous. We're talking like millions. In that case, he sold his team, so yeah, he should get some money.
6.05
right?
billion.
I don't know if I misheard this, but I thought, which it sounds like nothing now, I thought that Dan Snyder was fined $60 million.
from the NFL.
I
Yeah,
don't-
yes, he
yeah,
was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I was like, oh damn, he got hit hard. But yeah,
Yeah.
now that you mentioned he got $6 billion when he sold the
Yeah.
team, like okay, yeah, well,
Right.
so he's still
He
winning.
probably just walked up to the front steps and said,
kind of like
Bam!
Bobby Bonilla.
take
Day.
that shit.
Yeah, and but for them, like, woe is me, is because they got so much money, right?
Straight cash,
For
homie.
them now, it's about having that power, that influence. So
They're
that's
past the money.
That's where their butt hurt because they're
Yeah.
past the money. Exactly right.
How you gonna pay that fine there, Dan Snyder? Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash.
Straight cash, homie. That was
Come pick
great.
it up. Come pick it up.
No, you remember? Yeah, no, you remember Randy Moss? He said that quote. It's a famous
did he?
quote. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they asked him, "Are you going to pay that fine?" He goes, "How you going to pay that fine?" He goes, "Straight cash, homie." So yeah, look it
Nice.
up and then we'll
I
we'll
can
play the
see
little clip
Randy
up there.
Moss doing it. Yeah, he's
Straight
probably
cash,
sound-
homie. All right, so let's move on up to the running back conundrum. Is the day of the running back after 2 or 3 years, has it come to a halt? Is it
Well,
dead?
it's for them getting paid. It is because they are basically saying we are not going to pay running backs.
Yeah. I think some of this started like when you had Leonard Fournette. You do think of a few other players, right? These high-profile running backs that were coming in, and we just started seeing a lot of these injuries pile up. So
I mean, that's true, yeah.
If you look
Yeah.
at it from owner's perspective, it is a very risky
No,
investment.
it is, and you can bring in almost. I mean, you can find good production at a way cheaper price.
And you always do because you got those guys that come in that want to prove themselves, and they're like just throwing themselves in front of a car, so to speak. It's like
Kinda
the analogy I think of,
kind of
right?
like Isaiah Pacheco and
Oh,
McKinnon.
that's exactly what he did. He came in and he took the job right away from Hilaire, and he never looked back. I mean, he was on a mission and he completed it.
So Barkley, I don't know what they offered him in his long term.
Yeah, give me the veterans. Give me the names that are out there. That's still.
So the three that were on the franchise tag was Barkley, Tony Pollard, and Josh Jacobs, and none of them got a long-term deal. So last year, the Giants did offer Barkley $14 million a year, and he turned it down like a big dummy, kind of like fucking Orlando Brown. So now he's going on his franchise tag. He's going to get $10 million next year, which that's a pretty good payday, but he missed out on money. He should have signed it last year and got the $14 million a year.
You're talking about Barkley,
Barkley.
right? So did you hear he said he may sit out this season?
Which, okay, then that'll take you back to
but he's thinking about it.
Le'Veon Bell.
Because
he
he
will
fucked
never-
his career up
even-
after that.
So
did.
If he sits out and makes $0, that's $10 million he'll never get back.
Yeah.
He'll never get that back.
He's thinking about it now. He's going to play.
I
he's
think
gonna play.
I think
He's
he
gonna
will
play. He
too
has
because
to.
perfect point because that story's been popping up. The Le'Veon Bell thing, people are starting to remember that, right? He wanted a certain amount from Pittsburgh. He didn't get it. He sat out for a year. Then he went and played for the Jets, an organization that was terrible at the time.
They
For
destroyed-
and he still
destroyed his
didn't. And he
career.
still didn't get what he wanted.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know the actual. I heard the Barkley
Oh.
situation today, but I don't know about Josh Jacobs and Pollard. What's going on with them?
Real quick, one more. There's the
Oh,
first, real
there
quick.
you got the
ding,
first
ding,
one,
ding.
bud.
You need to
So
do my money thing
on
there.
Le'Veon Bell, he actually said that he now regrets that decision. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Easy to say, right? Hindsight and all that good
2020.
shit.
Hindsight's 2020.
But yeah,
He thought it was hot shit. That's what it was.
Yep.
And his style of play was perfect for Green Bay. But then he tried to do that patient, hopping around with
Steelers.
other, two
hold on,
other
hold on,
teams.
hold on.
For the Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers, sir.
Sorry.
Well, you knew, but hey, you
I
got
mean,
excited.
It probably would have worked well at the Packers too.
Probably would have. Yeah, they had a solid unit back there.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but
God
then,
damn it.
so we also have some big name running backs out there that are free agents. Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin
Bust.
Cook.
Yeah,
Dalvin Cook's
Ezekiel
still
Elliott, dude,
He's done.
I think he's only getting
Fournette.
back. He's only getting backup pay now.
Leonard
At this
Fournette,
point, I wouldn't
backup.
offer
I
him
think
nothing higher than
Elliott-
backup pay.
I think Elliott would be a good back that has someone else there too. Like he'd share the carries.
Right.
yeah, and
Right,
he could
but
be paid as a backup.
Right.
Yeah,
and not start.
and Fournette, but Dalvin
And
Cook,
Fournette.
man, I think Dalvin Cook.
Oh, yeah, he can
Dalvin
still be
Cook's he's still worth it.
Yeah, he's still worth it.
He's
a pass catcher. He's still young.
So,
he's
but
still
the
got
one
it.
thing about Dalvin Cook is that he's had the second most touches to Henry over the past like 5 years. So his time is coming.
Yeah,
He's about to be wore out.
Yeah, so it's like when you go to look at a car and you want to buy a car, right?
Yes,
you,
it's a lot of
you
miles
start
on it.
looking at that mileage, right?
Yeah, man.
These car. I mean, you gonna buy a car soon? You keep on bringing up cars and stuff.
No, that's
New
the,
car,
I
man.
think that's the very first time I brought up a car.
Earlier you said it's kind of like a car wreck.
No,
something like a
oh,
truck
it's like he
wreck. or-
threw. I said it's like he throwing himself in front of a car. So we'll put the count at we'll put the count at 2.
Wait, is the car not moving? So we're okay.
So,
Is it
there you
parked?
go. Well, you know, it was an
Fuck him.
ambulance, so there you go.
fuck Ken. Are there any other big free agent running backs? Elliott, Cook, and Fournette. Is there someone else?
Not big running backs that are out there, but a lot of the big running backs that took pay cuts were like Joe Mixon. He
took a pay cut?
Oh yeah, he rearranged his contract. He's making like $5.7 million.
He gets all that money. It's just
no, he took a pay cut.
right.
And he reworked his-
restructured.
No, he didn't restructure. He took a pay cut just to stay in Cincinnati, as did Aaron Jones from Green Bay. He went from $16 million to $11 million, and he's going to be a free agent next year.
Aaron Jones is going to make $16 million this year.
He was going to, but he took a
God
pay
damn.
cut to stay in Green Bay. He went from $16 million to $11 million, and then he's going to become a free agent next year.
Aaron Jones is making $11 million a year, and
Yeah.
Barkley, they won't even give Barkley 10.
Well, and then you got guys like Miles Sanders making $6.3 million, and then David Montgomery just signed, and he's making $6 million, and they're all making
Sanders
more. Than,
still with the Eagles?
no, he went to Carolina, and Montgomery went to the
okay.
Lions, I think.
Man, I was thinking that there's still one more free agent running back, a pretty big name, but maybe not.
Yeah.
But you guys were talking about the running backs, but the top 3 running backs that are getting paid right now are Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry. And those,
Right.
and you're looking at like, I think it said $16 million a year for McCaffrey, and then Kamara's making 15, and then
Kamara's
Henry's
on-
making 12.
Kamara's going to get cut next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, if not.
Piece of shit.
Wow. Okay, Ti.
He is. Hey,
He's talking
go
about
out
that fight in Vegas.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
out there and look at that that altercation that he had, and yeah, you'll see
Oh,
what
I'm pretty
talking
sure.
about.
Yeah, if I see it, I'm pretty sure I'm like, damn,
So
Ti,
while we're-
I agree with you.
Well, we're talking about running backs. Who's your rookie of the year in the NFL? Who's your pick?
Ooh, you guys go first.
So
I can't even think of a record.
I know.
Just kidding.
I got the guy from the Falcons. How you say his first name? Ken?
Bijan Robinson
Bijan Robinson. That's
out
my
of
pick.
Texas.
Yep.
Man, you took mine. I was gonna say Bijan Robinson.
I bet you was.
Oh man, me too. I was gonna say B Rob. I
Yeah.
call him B Rob.
Yeah, B Rob. Right, we were
this-
talking about that
this
the
is-
other day.
Shut up. This is absolutely awful. These motherfuckers, I told them on Wednesday to find out their rookie of the year.
Yeah,
And both of these
Bijan
dummies
Robinson,
are over
motherfucker.
here. Ooh. Ooh. God damn.
Hold on, did you watch? Okay, well, we haven't got to that yet, but anyways, okay, go on. Let's go. We've just been assaulted.
Pringle.
Pringle.
All right,
Byron.
to throw a different name out there, Jameer Gibbs from Detroit. I think he's going to take over Jamal Williams' spot.
As a running back?
Yeah, he's a running back in Detroit.
Who else? But who else did they sign? They signed somebody there.
Montgomery. But they
Montgomery
think- yeah.
and Williams, and then you think this third guy's gonna come in and
No, Williams is gone. I can't remember where he went to the Saints.
okay, and then they traded Swift.
Yeah,
They had another big name running back there, right?
Jamal Williams.
But you said they traded him.
Yeah, and then Swift was there, and now they brought in Montgomery, and then they just drafted this kid, Jameer Gibbs.
Okay, where's he from?
That's a good question.
Is it from Georgia?
I think that's the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Rashee Rice. I'm gonna go with a home
He showed
pick.
up. He showed up to
I heard
camp
some-
fat.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Hey.
He did not have a good first
And
practice.
then they recalled him out in public. You're like, bro,
Yes.
you can't come in here like that shit. And then when that happens, you
And
get
that's
cut,
and
bro.
that's gonna be his defining moment, and he's gonna turn it on like wildfire.
yeah.
God damn it, Rashee Rice. See, I put some faith in you, and this is what you do to me. You embarrass me on the podcast. Okay. Write that
I'll give
down.
mine next week. All right. So,
We can do the Hard Knocks. Tony, he has some Hard Knocks news.
So you guys heard we had talked about this, right? I thought it was going to be interesting once we heard that it was probably going to be the Jets for the Hard Knocks, right? And as I thought, Aaron Rodgers obviously had a problem with it, but I don't blame him. I came to find out that these teams, they have to let them come in and record, but they don't actually have to let them do everything they want. So in the past, when the teams didn't want to have them actually come in, but they had to let them, the idea is like they tried to make their lives a living hell. They tried to make the experience as bad as possible for them, so they wouldn't want to be there.
Do you know what happened the last time the Jets were on Hard Knocks?
I know.
They went to the AFC West or the AFC Championship game.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, let them in.
Who was that with Brett Favre?
No, Mark Sanchez.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, man.
They've been around that long?
Yeah, they that was with what's his name? Who's the coach? Rex Ryan?
Yeah, Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
He was all in love with the football fumble,
And
butt fumble.
And here's another thing: if you had the quarterback, they followed Patrick Mahomes around. That show did, and he won the Super Bowl. So I don't know.
You're saying there's a trend?
Well, I'm just saying, like, because the Jets want to make it out to be like, oh, it's a distraction. It's it's going to hurt their team or something this year. But man, that's not right.
The one thing
I've been proven wrong.
The one thing I actually got out of it, and for whatever reason this story came up with it, is it got people talking about how Aaron Rodgers has been in practice, right? Who was the player that came from the Packers that's currently there with them? Is it Alan Lazard?
Yeah.
Alan Lazard, is it?
Lazard.
Yeah. So Alan
And
Lazard, he said he noticed a big difference that now that he's out of Green Bay and he's with this new team, that Aaron Rodgers, his patience with the younger players, he's taking a lot more time. Like there's a lot of maturity that he feel like he's seen with Aaron Rodgers. So he's not real quick to get upset. And I thought that was all great. But then I was like, well, that's easy to do before the season starts. So,
and he's on a new team, so of course he's going to be like that. He's not going to be showing up being a dick.
But I found it interesting the way they're trying to portray him now.
I could see Aaron Rodgers showing up and being a dick, no matter what.
We'll see. So far, that is not the case. That's kind of what I thought. But so far, he's Mr. Wonderful.
No. What's the thing that he does that you like to say, Waltz? Come on now.
Let me help you.
Starts with the H.
I forgot.
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to ayahuasca? It's like in North Dakota somewhere. It's really nice. Beautiful ayahuasca. Yeah.
Never been. I want to go to the one that's in Idaho.
We kept on saying it last week when you went to the bathroom. We were like, Walt's going to be mad. We kept on saying ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. All right, put it up here. T.I. right here. Boom. Ayahuasca. Let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, so in the NFL, finish.
Did you guys see the time you guys last week? You guys were all pointing up and there was nothing.
Yeah,
that was this guy right here.
LeBron James when he was wearing his mother's pearls.
Yes. Yeah. And I wanted to see that.
I did too. You know what? When I was editing,
the new episode. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so I forgot all about.
You didn't put the pearls up there?
I forgot all about that scene. So, like, when I go through, I don't necessarily watch the entire damn thing. I remember points where I want to add something, and I just forgot about the LeBron purple story.
Damn, that was some good shit right there. All right, so to finish up the NFL, we're gonna do some real quicks.
Did we talk about the Isaiah Pacheco deal?
Oh, well, so Isaiah Pacheco, I don't know if too many people knew this. I actually didn't know, so this is why I wanted to bring it up.
He had surgery in the offseason.
I had no idea.
Yeah, we knew that.
I didn't. So I'm happy to announce that Isaiah Pacheco will be back this year at full strength.
Well, yeah.
And what I want to ask, well, now that we're coming into this year, right? He's now a more established running back. He's coming in as the clear favorite, obviously. There's no question, right, coming into this season. How many yards do you think he will rush for this season? I think we should all put out our best guess, and we could roll this back at some point. And we'll see at the end of the season who's high, who's low, and who's right there.
I don't think he'll reach 1,000. I'll say 900.
I would say 938.
Ken, you got a guess here? We got 900. We got 938. I'll go ahead and put mine because Ken looks like he's going to think about this one for a minute. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say I think he's going to reach 1,200 yards. I'm putting him at 1,200 yards, and I'm going to put him at 1,600 total yards. So I'm putting him between about 350 to 400 passing yards. I think he's going to really show a lot of growth this year.
So right here, I want you to put marijuana right above your head, right here. Beep, beep.
Really? I don't think that's too far fetched.
Yeah, no, he's going to be sharing the ball a lot with McKinnon and the third running back.
And Hilaire's still here too.
Yeah, Hilaire. hilarious.
I just want to remind Ken that you are on camera, buddy. We have 2 camera views tonight, so don't be over there doing.
I told
weird
him that.
stuff,
Doing
man.
what?
I told you that.
Looking all goofy as shit, dude.
I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game. I think he's going to be probably about where he was this year. They're not going to run the ball unless they have to run the ball. They're going to keep passing it around like they've been doing.
How many
And
yards
they're
did he
gonna
have
use
this
him.
past year?
I think he was like 700 or 800 yards.
That's right. So
And he
about
really
400
didn't. He didn't really get playing until like the latter part of the season.
Yeah,
So
they're right.
when it's warmer, they're going to pass the ball around. There's no need to run it. And then when it gets colder and then they have to grind it out a little bit, they're going to give him the ball.
So what's your over under?
Just for rushing yards, I think he's going to be about the same. I'd say about 800.
Okay.
Yeah, 800.
And then, thank you, Ken. So he's sitting there watching the game. That's why he was distracted. And it's the fucking Royals. So, yeah. I don't think we even have any notes for the Royals today.
The Royals have been a tough, man, it's been tough.
All right.
It's a tough subject.
Yeah.
Let
Let him talk.
So like, what do you guys think, like, seriously about, like, Otani getting traded? Have you heard? seen
Well, we're
all
not
that
on
stuff?
baseball yet, so I'm going to mute you. Let me do some.
You're exactly right about that. It's true. Hold on to that one, buddy.
Hold on to that one, my
I
friend.
do like it. I like it, kid.
All
I
right,
like
so
it.
we're going to finish
That's
up.
a good one. We'll get back to it.
Let's finish up the NFL. So we're going to do some real quicks. We all love saying that shit. So real quicks.
Do you want to do the Madden or is that on the real quick?
Yeah, I'll do it's the real quicks.
Okay.
So, real quick, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have been rated 99 on the Madden, and Travis Kelce has broken the record for the tight end for the most 99s on one video game, which is Madden.
I think he's probably the only 99 tight end ever, no?
Gronk was probably a 99. I bet Gronk was.
Really? Yeah, maybe so.
Gronk was, man.
I feel like it was like he was a 97 the last time I played Madden.
There was like a 2-3 year span where Gronk was just fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true.
And we also have a brand new arena football team called the what?
The Kansas City Goats.
The Kansas City Goats. You know what? I already know of a goat team, which is the Chivas from Mexico. So I didn't mind it. I misunderstood when somebody else told me that. I thought they said the Ghosts. I prefer that. That sounds better. The KC Ghosts. That's like awesome. KC Goats. Okay, we'll give it a try.
When do they start playing? Do you know?
In 2024.
Okay, next year.
Yeah, I got
And
all.
they're going to be downtown.
They're going to be in the T-Mobile?
I don't know. Did you say downtown? I'm assuming T-Mobile. I didn't see all that.
T-Mobile big enough to have a arena football?
They'll cut it in half.
So is it?
Yeah, T-Mobile's big enough
Okay,
for
so
arena.
Kemper-
Arena football's small.
Yeah, Kemper, remember we went to the Brigade game at Kemper Arena?
I remember that. That was pretty cool. Remember
What
that?
was
Remember that fucking? I think you were the one who had the tickets.
Tony, did you go? I think you
Oh,
went
you
to.
just waving your head. Yes.
I don't remember a brigade game. Is it soccer?
Arena
Soccer
football,
for
man.
1,000.
The Chiefs
good comeback,
have
good
made their camp now officially, and the veterans will report on Saturday. Anything else on that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think
I'm
so.
good on all
because-
that stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to deal with it. And so I thought it was really, I thought it was pretty cool to be able to see behind the scenes how they dealt with it. But what was more amazing to me, honestly, is hearing them in these game time situations. Obviously, I don't have to say much about
Kirk
Patrick.
Cousins was hurt. He was hurt, man.
Dude, like,
Kirk Cousins was hurt.
yeah, so I'm not even going to spend much time talking about how tough Patrick was. I mean, we've already seen that. The Netflix documentary didn't show us anything
So,
new.
I would say, like, Patrick Mahomes, like, it was his foot, right? His ankle. Okay, he could hop around, but, man, your ribs are jacked up. Man.
Yeah, dude. Kirk Cousins straight gangster on that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
man. Yeah.
I texted you guys the other day after I watched that episode. I was like, dude, episode 3, I have so much respect for Kirk Cousins, man. And,
I like the guy.
Yeah.
I like the guy. He's down to earth.
And honestly, even after episode 4, like, I'm a full-on Vikings fan now. When we play the Chiefs, don't get me wrong, like, they're the enemies, but I would really love to see us in the Super Bowl against the Vikings. I think that would make a great story. But so episode 3, yeah, so it really kind of showed how they all dealt with pain. Like Joe said, I thought that was the most interesting part of that episode is just seeing the whole Kirk Cousins situation because, like Joe said, I mean, like the pain that he was in was actually worse than what we seen Mariota or Mahomes go into.
You remember, like, when he ran off the field and so it's like, hey, are you okay? He was like, no, I hurt. I'm hurt.
I'm hurt.
Dude, that was so real though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was already in pain with his cartilage in his chest, whatever. He got hit again, and he couldn't walk. He just the whole episode.
Did you see that thing that he put on his head to help him focus?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, so
Get the fuck out of here with that
we need to
shit.
get one for Ken.
Yeah. What is Ken thinking about?
so what they're talking about, he was wearing something that looks like a swimming cap, right? And it has all of these attachments on it. There's a better technical word. I just can't think of it.
Attachments.
But yes, there we go. It's attachments. But it's basically
neurological.
something like that, right? So it's reading the brain waves, things like that. And it's designed to help you be calm in very stressful or hectic situations. And so Kirk Cousins claims that when he's diligent about doing that training throughout the week, that he seems like he plays better. He sees things better.
Dumb.
Who
I saw that
knows?
Patrick Mahomes had his childhood buddy that he's known since he was 6 years old.
Fourth grade.
Yes.
Fourth grade. Brought his ass, convinced him. Hell
Personal
yeah.
chef, right?
If
No, that's-
Patrick Mahomes
that's
called me and
Mariota.
been like, bro, move up here, I'm like, yeah. Where are you at? Hell yeah, I'm gonna move up there for you to be your personal. Is that not the chef, right?
That was
He
Mariota.
was as a physical therapist.
Physical therapist, yeah. And man, the different techniques and exercises that he did,
But-
I mean, were
Speaking of Mariota's personal chef, he was a little bit too excited in the game. Did you see him at the game?
No.
Yeah.
I did not,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, he's cheering.
nobody else was in the stands,
Hey,
but
he-
this guy.
He's cheering a little bit too hard for Mariota, man.
Did you see that one chick like 2 rows down and over? She was like looking over like, what the fuck's up with this guy?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Man, I don't know how I missed that.
He was like, wow,
Man, he was like
Woo!
not
Yeah!
only chef but also cheerleader.
Yeah,
Okay,
man, yeah.
all right.
Yeah. And that chick over there was like, what the fuck's up? He scored 1 touchdown. We're down by 20.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I got out of that episode, I thought this was brilliant on Patrick Mahomes' part. You notice how whenever he's getting hit by like anyone that's on defense, right? He is very complimentary.
Yeah.
And do you remember why he said
Go
he
ahead,
does
bro.
it?
So they won't fuck him up more.
Yeah, he's like, hey, he goes, I want to be
Much
nice
respect,
to them
bro.
so that when they hit me, maybe they take it a little easy on me because I want them to like me, right? And then I also noticed he does that same thing with the refs, right? So the way he does it with them is like, hey, he's like, hey, dog. That's his way of trying to make them feel cool, right? So he tries
Good
to
call,
make
dog.
them feel cool. That probably makes them feel great because who is not like, if I was out there refereeing, like I'd be fanning all over Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, oh, he called me dog.
Oh my God.
He called me
gave me a
dog,
compliment.
guys.
He gave me a compliment on the call.
Hey,
Good call, ref.
Ken, have you been watching the quarterback? Yeah. Speaking to Mike.
If it's on,
It
it
is?
is on. Yeah.
Been on this whole time, bro.
No, it has not.
Do you have any
Because
so have any
there's-
thoughts on anything that maybe we haven't brought up yet?
Well, me and the wife binge watched the whole thing, so just like
We're on
right,
episodes.
well,
hold on.
3 and 4,
We're only
just 3
talking
and
about
4.
we're only talking about 3 and 4. So
just
don't
like
jump
Walt,
ahead.
Just like Walt said, it all kind of blends together. I know exactly what you're talking about when you're talking about it.
The
but-
pain episode. So let's
Yeah.
stay there for now.
Yeah, so it all just kind of blends together. So it's all the same to me now.
So okay, no, fair enough, fair enough. So
Thank you.
let's move on to episode 4. So episode 4 was mind games.
We didn't talk about episode 4?
No. So
That's when they were doing all the long, verbiage.
Oh,
yeah. So
Backstrap 2 and 5, 4 to make it right, to the same.
yeah. So what you would learn from watching mind games is that you're going to see really what it's like for the quarterback preparing for the game up to that week, right? So I think we all know that there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, but
Very confusing.
I really didn't know how much preparation that goes into it. And you're right, very confusing. Why are the play call names so damn long?
And do you know who looked confused? Marcus Mariota.
Oh,
Marcus
dude.
Mariota looked the most
Bro.
confused. No, Patrick Mahomes had it right. He goes,
Yeah.
this means that, we're going to be in shotgun. This means that we're going to have triples on the right. This means, and it's all one fucking play. So he says specific words and then it's cool how they give him freelance to name their own plays.
Only the Chiefs, baby.
Only the Chiefs. And then, what's it called? The playpen or the
laboratory.
The playground, the laboratory.
Laboratory.
Where they can come up with their own plays. And then, of course, Andy Reid is going to say, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Or, all right, I think I can work with that. We'll see.
One practice during the week, and that's what they do. They go in and they work
laboratory.
on their own plays, and that's what they call the laboratory, right? Andy Reid did say that he does get 51% of the vote. So, like you said, at the end of the day, he decides whether the play is going to go through or not.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yes. But I like that point Joe brought up. We talked about it a little bit before the podcast, that how Marcus Mariota just looked a little confused, right? So when you seen him studying for the plays, he's sitting at the table with his wife, and even before they start, he just looks stressed. Like it's he looks stressed, and I was like, oh my god, bro, you're like just practicing this with your wife. Then you see Patrick Mahomes out there. That dude's just like it's all in his head.
He breaks it
it's
down.
It's all in his head, and he's just zipping off the plays like a genius at practice.
And if you think about it, he has to know the plays for all positions. Now, if you're a wide receiver, you just have to listen to one
part.
The one part. Yep.
Of it.
Okay, that's me. I'm just blocking.
But that shows the difference between world class, one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game.
That's what it showed me.
And then a guy that's just trying to hang on.
That is, that is a great analogy. And then speaking of that, I laughed when I saw how Kirk Cousins does it, and he seems pretty. He's pretty quick, and he's not where Patrick is, but. He's high caliber, right?
Well, because he has that thing on his head.
That's complete crap. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah, you know what? That could be the placebo effect, right? It could be the placebo effect. But here's what I found funny about Kirk Cousins. So he downloads the plays to his phone, right? And so when he's driving in the car and he's going places, that's what he does. He listens to the plays. Yeah. So it sounds like a very boring process, but hey, everyone gets there a different way, and that's his vehicle. I came to learn. I had no idea that Brittany Mahomes in episode 4, they showed her and Patrick Mahomes. They obviously are owning partners in our KC current team, and
which is the women's professional soccer team.
Come to find out, Brittany was actually a professional soccer player in Iceland.
Yep.
The other thing that I thought was really cool, so she had played in college in Tyler, Texas. And they showed an interview of her after one of the games. She had a black eye in the interview.
I did see that.
And it made a lot of sense to me. I know why now Patrick Mahomes loves this girl. Because, dude, in that interview, like, she's straight up gangster just like Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you could tell. If anyone that watches that episode in that moment, in that interview, she also has that killer instinct. Now, she ain't no Patrick Mahomes. But she is Brittany Mahomes, and she's also a killer. That is the power couple in professional sports. There's no better power couple.
And think about
I'm waiting for y'all to name one.
Think about this. This was years ago when women's sports really didn't have that much respect. And she was still going out there and showing her stuff. And I'm telling you, man, women's sports is nowadays, it's where it's at. I'm glad they're getting their due diligence, but it's still a long ways to go.
Yeah, and I tell you what, too, for those haters out there for Brittany Mahomes, watch episode 4, and I think you're going to look at her a little bit different. I certainly did. So it was. I love that episode.
Practically every episode, I've always said I'm a big fan of Brittany Mahomes. They need to leave her alone.
Yeah. I'm with that.
All right,
down with that.
All right, okay, good.
So there was also an interview. Now this was not on the quarterback, but this was an interview with the 3 quarterbacks. On that episode. So we have a little sign. You know what? We won't go into it, but we have a sound bite, and we'll just let it speak for itself.
I am reluctant, but here it goes. I love you, Patrick, but...
It's in the off-season. I'm in Texas. That I usually get Tex-Mex, Mexican food. Sorry, Kansas City, you don't do Mexican food the right way. So my favorite moment from...
This is the guy that puts ketchup on his steak.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, we can't trust your palates, Patrick. We cannot trust your palates, your taste buds. They're like children. Because you put ketchup on every fucking thing, including steak, for 1. For 2, I still love you. Okay, Kansas City has the best Mexican food. We're talking about authentic Mexican food. Now, since you're from Texas, there's 2 differences, okay? Now, I don't want to offend anybody out there, but there's Tex-Mex food and there's authentic Mexican food, okay? Tex-Mex food, which I still enjoy, I love hard shell tacos, chimichangas, burrito spreads, just a bunch of cheese on everything.
So burrito spread is not authentic Mexican?
No. So that is more of a Tex-Mex food. Authentic Mexican food is menudo, the soft street tacos with the exotic meats like tripa, lengua, beef tongue. bushek, carne asada, all the hot salsas with the beautiful colors. You got your habaneros. That's authentic Mexican food. Patrick, I know you're listening, so I would be more than happy to take you and Brittany and the kids on a tour of Mexican food around the Kansas City area.
You got to hit
now
that central location.
Forbes magazine had voted KCK, our little old KCK city, Kansas City, Kansas, as the best street tacos in the whole entire country. We beat out Texas. We beat out Chicago. Well, we even beat out LA. We have the best street tacos in all of the country, according to Forbes magazine. And I'm sitting there thinking, I agree. I've hit a lot of them. Look at it. I've had a lot of experience. So yes, we do have the best Mexican food around the Midwest. I would just say around the Midwest, in my opinion. So
what's your go-to for the street tacos?
I'm going to name off a bunch of restaurants which are acquaintances of mine, my friends. And we have on 32nd and State. We have El Sobrino Tacos. And then we have El Tapatío there, 18th and Ridge in KCK. These are all KCK so far, by the way. Then we have Taqueria Randas. They're over there off of 80th and State Avenue. Then we have Islas VIP Sports Bar there at 50th and State. Now, these are all either half Tex-Mex and real authentic Mexican food, or they specialize in mariscos, which is seafood straight up from Mexico, straight from the Gulf. Man, you got to try it out here. I don't know where you went, Patrick. Can I call you Patrick? I don't know, Mr. Mahomes, where you went around Kansas City, but I am more than happy to take you to the places that I know.
You probably went to like Manny's or Margarita.
I was going to tell you, think of the most bougie Mexican places, and that's probably where he went.
Is there such thing as a bougie Mexican place?
I really don't know because I don't partake in a lot of Mexican restaurants.
I did go to the one on the plaza, which is
I know what you're talking about.
Not Rudy's, the one over there. Oh, Chewy's or no?
Chewy's is down there, but that's not the one you're talking about.
The one around the corner of.
But he also likes Whataburger like it's the best. So,
bro, yeah,
back to your point earlier. Hey, Patrick, we love you, but you're right. We can't trust that palate.
Ken, what's your go-to street taco place?
Street tacos.
Don't say Lee Summit, please.
El Camino Real over there off of, 7th Street? Yeah.
Yeah, they have like 3 different locations.
And then you also
that's
got
a good spot.
Anywhere in Central. Yeah, San Antonio's like commercial for Central, right? They're like the commercial place.
San Antonio's they're on Central. They're down there on Kansas Avenue.
They're Armadale, but they're right around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So look me up. El Capitan Navarro, KCK. I always hit the best places around KCK, and you can follow me, and I will show you the best tacos and the best Mexican food around KCK.
So one question, should Patrick bring his security, or are you going to be providing security?
Well, I'm always armed.
He is the security.
I am the security, so he'll be nice and safe. Don't worry,
there you
Kansas
go.
City.
You heard it. You heard it here.
Tony, where do you get your tacos? Just the shell and the meat?
Great question.
So
Taco Bell?
No, Taco Bell's terrible. The only tacos I eat are the tacos that I make.
Delicious.
Oh, at home, I get
McCormick's is the taco seasoning that I use.
What sauce? What sauce do you use?
Man, dude, McCormick's is so good, and if you add just the right touch of love, that's all that taco needs.
Okay, so if I were to come over to your house, Ti, and you say I'm having taco night,
Dude,
bro.
like honestly, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and maybe we'll do a challenge. I will put my tacos up against most tacos that I've gone to other people's houses and had. I will tell you right now that my tacos are better than most people that make their tacos at home.
You just said McCormick's, so I don't know.
I did. And
so it's one packet.
yeah, it's a packet, but you could add other stuff.
That's taco seasoning.
Yeah. So it's a matter of how much you add. You add a little bit of water.
But will you have? But will you have lettuce, cheese,
so build your taco for me right now. Build your taco for me. What do you put in your taco?
So if you want a good taco, right, and if you have, if you
I
really
want a good
like
one. I don't want
Mexican
a
food,
bad one.
you're going to put a bunch of stuff on it that I really can't name.
No, UTI. What do you put on your taco?
You all know what the hell I put on my tacos.
Build it from the ground up.
Hey, look, from the ground up.
We have plenty of time.
McCormick's hamburger taco shell. Boom. There's your taco, ladies and gentlemen.
And then
and then you drink
Put it in your
Pepsi
mouth.
or Dr. Pepper with it.
Pepsi.
Oh yeah, Pepsi.
Fucking gross. All right, let's
Hey,
move on. I'm
only
done with
gross
that.
if you mix it with your alcohol.
Oh God, no, it's gross as it is, and I don't care if we don't get that sponsorship.
I'd
rather have RC Cola.
A Pepsi and Crown was. Ugh. That's probably why we got sick all the time at America's
Yeah.
Pub.
Yeah.
They didn't sell Pepsi and Crown, did they?
Yeah.
Did they have Pepsi at America's
No,
Pub?
Yeah.
I've never.
Ken,
Hold on, Pepsi
do you
and
remember if they
Crown.
had-
That's not a thing at
Did they have
America's
Pepsi?
Pub.
Did they have Pepsi or Coke at
It
America's
was
Pub?
Pepsi, motherfucker. I work
No,
for
it
Coca-Cola.
wasn't.
If
I
Joe's
work
saying
for
it's Pepsi,
Coca-Cola.
then make it
Bro.
Pepsi.
Oh, all
I
right.
know.
No,
I knew
we've
what
been to
got
America's
delivered
Pub so
where.
many times, and
I
we
believe you.
We
It was
ordered
Pepsi.
Crown and Coke. I never went up and ordered Pepsi and Coke
Well,
ever
yeah,
in my
well,
life.
you
Why?
can-
'Cause they don't
You
tell
can
you.
order a Crown and Coke. Doesn't mean you're going to get a Coke.
Oh,
you're gonna
believe
get a
me,
Pepsi.
dude, you're
But
gonna notice the
those-
difference in the taste.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
stark difference.
I
But
believe
But
you.
the drinks were so strong there that.
You might have a point.
Yeah, ugh.
You might have a point, Joe.
All right. So, are we ready to transition over to your UFC segment?
Ken,
Yeah.
do you want to jump in
Sorry,
over
yeah.
here on the
Let's
UFC?
do.
You want to jump in over here for the UFC?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty short segment, to be quite honest.
Ken, did you have anything else? What we just talked about? Tacos or anything?
No. I thought
All
it
right.
was a sports
Thank you,
podcast.
Ken. All right.
Ken, no yin.
Ken, we told you a long time ago.
tacos.
Yes, it is a sports podcast, but we talk about other things. It's not just robotic sports.
We talked 15 minutes about tacos.
And it was funny and delicious.
And we talked about 5 minutes.
And
to start
it started with
cutting
Patrick
grass.
Mahomes dissing Kansas City Mexican food. That's why we talked about it. It's sports.
Oh man, you should Richard jump in. And
This is why I mute you. This is why I mute.
Now, we actually should have had Richard in on that one.
Yeah, man, we messed up on that.
I know yeah. Ken fucked that one up. Okay, all right. So you guys go ahead and do your. Sorry, not that one. Sorry, guys.
So we're going to start off with some real quicks on UFC, and then we'll move to something that's not UFC, but I think it's worth talking about. It's UFC-ish.
There you go.
Bare knuckle fighting. Yeah.
No, but
Fucking and original TI.
we're going to talk about Conor McGregor finally got his first win on The Ultimate Fighter. Episode 8, he finally overcame what seemed to be a very terrible season. Could you
So,
go click that off, Waltz?
So I want to clear something up that Waltz asked you last week about this, and I don't think you quite understood what he meant. So if this was Conor McGregor's last fighter, right?
Yes.
So if he would have lost, he had no more fighters.
Right.
How would they like reshuffled?
They probably would have done something like
So
that.
it's like yes and no. So what they do basically is the guys that have been training in that other camp, right? So at this point,
motherfucker, dude, he didn't even click it off.
right. So right, it's like he forgot that quick. Anyways, so we were just saying about so here's what happened, right? In the way they do the show. Had he lost, so that would mean that Michael Chandler, thank you. That Chandler would have it would have been all 8 of his fighters. They would have remained in that camp, right? And then he would have his own people working with him. And then they would just have them separated because they don't want people to see what's going on as far as the training, right? So they're all still on Poirier's team. However, for the optics,
Whose team?
Who?
I said Poirier.
Yeah,
Chandler. Yeah, that's why I was like this because I almost said Poirier earlier because I have him on the list here. Anyways. So that's the situation there. It would just be for optics. It would have Conor, I think, in his corner cheering the other person on. So it's nothing that's really going to be good, to be honest, because
They did not want that to happen.
No. But he did finally his guy finally got a win. I don't remember the name, but the guy knocked him out. So it was a pretty good fight. He actually finished it, by the way. He hit him, knocked him out, and he finished it with the Donkey Kong smash, actually. He came all the way up from the air and like just smashed his two hands.
He caught him with a straight right.
Dude,
And
it
then
was-
once that
oh,
guy
it was-
dropped. He dropped
Bro.
a double-fisted axe on him top.
That
of
sounds vicious.
It was.
it
It was.
nasty.
So this is what he did, right? He knocks him out, and then the dude's on the ground, and he just comes with all of his might, jumps in the air like you see a gorilla do. I'm not kidding, like a gorilla, and just just
Yeah,
like
he-
that on his face.
He just
Fights over.
hammer fisted him. It was nasty.
Fights over. So they didn't show this on the Ultimate Fighter. I actually watched this clip on the way, and it was Dana White. It was Ken. You should have brought your ass over here, you scrub.
I told him, motherfucker, to come over here. I told him I'm not
Anyways.
telling him.
Walt has it.
What is
Look
it?
at
Yeah.
the feelings right here.
No.
No, I don't, I'm okay here.
No, I think for this segment, you're just going to hear Ken's voice. Fuck that shit. So, so anyways, so that's what happened there. It's an announcement. Oh, so it sounds like I was talking about they were showing Dana White, they were showing Chandler and Connor. He was talking to them. So it sounds like one of his fighters is coming back. That usually happens because somebody for Chandler probably has an injury. And I think that guy was telling you about that should have won his fight,
He's
Lee.
gonna come back.
I think he's coming back. So
Yeah,
Connor
yeah.
will actually have two guys. So that's a little bit better optics for the show.
Yeah.
Not much else on the Ultimate Fighter
You're
for
talking
me.
about the optics of the show. What look at the optics of our show right now.
I know there's like a. You know what?
Like
no,
somebody's-
I got this. I got this. Walt has been frozen this entire. Dude, are you okay over there?
Why haven't you moved, bro?
Damn, bro.
on.
I'm constantly thinking about dumb shit. I know. Oh, man. Okay, so let's stay on the UFC for a moment. So we do have another UFC event coming up in July. Hold on. Time out, guys. Hey, Waltz. Keep it down.
loud, a little
You're going to
loud,
make
bud.
the editing tough on this part, man. Keep that shit down or go over there. Yeah, no, you make that shit tougher. Come on. So anyways, that shit was loud.
It was. He was getting a little out of control.
Getting carried away over there, sir. No, so UFC 291 is going to be on July 28th. To your point, I feel like we just had a UFC pay-per-view, right? You had mentioned that
It's literally
these
every week.
events are just coming together so quick, right? I was surprised we have another pay-per-view that quick. Now, it is, I don't want to admit some of it's watered down, and I'm going to challenge something you said here in just a moment last week, right? But before I say that, I feel like UFC 291 is that watered down event because the main event's not even a title fight. It's the number 2 ranked fighter and the number 3 ranked fighter is the main event of UFC 291. However, with that being said, it is a very exciting fight. It's going to be Poirier versus Gaethje. So anyone, obviously, that's a UFC fan, the only ones that care. That's going to be a banger. It's going to be on their feet the entire time. We're not going to see any wrestling. Somebody's going to get knocked out. So looking forward to that fight.
That's what I want to
Haven't
watch.
they fought before? Is this
And
their rubber match? Is this their
They
third
did.
one? Yeah.
They did. It is a rubber match. It's the second fight, actually. And
Oh, it's only the second one.
Poirier,
Rubber's the third
yeah,
fight.
yeah. Poirier won the first fight. Gaethje is the guy. He's a lot more entertaining to watch, so that's the reason I hope he wins. I do think
Gaethje
Poirier,
bangs.
yeah,
Gaethje will get in there and bang with anybody. That's
He
what I
will.
like. He's like one of those warrior guys, like a Nick Diaz that I love. Those are the guys I respect.
Stockton motherfucker.
Oh, there you go. Hey, speaking of Nate Diaz,
Speaking of Nate Diaz,
he's really gonna fight Jake Paul. That's a done deal.
yeah, it's a done deal. I believe, I hope, and actually I do have the date right because it's right here on my piece of paper. August 5th. They're going to be fighting August 5th. I told you guys earlier, I think it's going to be a boring fight to watch. I just kind of do, but I want to see it. I don't want
It's
to
gonna
see
be
it.
boxing. Is it 3
It's just
rounds?
It's straight up
Or-
boxing. No, I think it's at least 8 or 10.
It's straight boxing, but I will give it to Diaz. Diaz is a boxer too. Like he'll bang. Like he's one of those guys. Like I'm talking about. Like he'll just bang no matter what it is.
Pass
he's,
me
he's
the
just
ammunition.
A warrior, whether you win or lose. He's just that tough. I love that dude.
Right. It'll be like look. It'll be entertaining. I think it'll be an entertaining event. But I think if you're one of those people that want to see a pure boxing match, you're probably going to be bored. But for me, knowing those two and knowing what I want to see happen, I want to be on the edge of my seat the entire fight.
Yeah, pure boxing doesn't happen anymore. Just like the Ngannou Tyson Fury fight that's about to happen. That's like October something in Saudi Arabia. They're going to fight again, or not again, but they're going to fight for the first time. So you're getting these boxers fighting these UFC guys with heavy hands that just aren't scared and they're willing to get a payday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it makes sense though if you're a UFC fighter. I can't hate Ngannou for that move. He's going to make more off that one fight than he's going to make in his entirety of his UFC career had he stayed there. So shout out to Ngannou, dude. You fucking did it, man. A lot of people was giving you shit saying that, oh, man, you made a mistake, but you're about to get a huge payday. And I think that should be the outline for a lot of these other fighters that are looking to get out of the UFC that have a name that is marketable.
But what if he shocks the world and does knock out Tyson Fury? Now that just changes the game.
Oh, man. Then you're going to see there might be some UFC fighters that try to go boxing because then they become very powerful if they could beat his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Don't you worry. We're in bonus time now. Here we go.
I'm going to drop out. Hey.
All right, so we're over an hour.
Do we want to
get
talk
Richard
some
up.
golf?
Yeah, let's get Richard up.
All right. Next up is, what did we say? Just plain Dick?
Just plain Dick.
Come on up on the stage here. Just plain Dick.
A.K.A. Mr. Castaneda.
Welcome back to the show. Just plain Dick, Mr. Castaneda.
Here, pass the ammunition back to Joe.
Or I could just set it right here.
Welcome, you guys. Thanks for having me back. Here we go.
All right, so you got to get the mic just a little bit closer to yourself.
Okay.
I see you way. I see you way.
Yeah, that one you got to kind of be up on it.
All right, man. Hey, so Richard, so give me some updates. What's been up to, or what you've been up to since Smoketown episode? As far as tournaments, who's out there?
Yeah, you know, at Gold Dust, there's a tournament they have there at Dubs Dread where we play all the time, and they got this Calcutta. That's what it's called. It's a live auction. So, as you guys seen, or I'm pretty sure everybody knew, you seen Cooch and Sam was the winners.
Yeah,
I seen it on Facebook.
yeah.
Yep.
Badass. So
Yeah, they will not shut up about it. Actually,
what?
They will not shut up about it.
Oh man,
They're
Team
pretty
Awesome.
proud.
Team Awesome finally came back, dude. That's great.
yeah,
I'm
they're-
super
yeah, I
happy
like their
they
name.
Come back too.
So, so what did they win? First place? What did they get? Do you know?
Probably a pretty fat paycheck. So-
they had to put
think
quite
Joe
a bit
knows.
in. I do know. I don't know if they went that out there.
Yeah, just say. Yeah, you don't have to say. You're right. You're
Well,
right.
so you do a live auction, okay? So here we go. So me and Marty last year we would bring in like $600.
Okay.
Okay, so then you get to go. So some guy that's ready to win money and likes to bet will buy you, and then you go pay $300, and then now you own the rights to half of your money. So that's that's how that works. So Sam and them this past time went for $1,000.
They did. That's the number.
And then the top, some real top tier guys went for $1,700 and $1,800.
Really?
Yep, there's a pretty good guy there that has taken care of us real well. He played with us the very first time. His name's RL, super loaded white dude. He likes Marty Marr a lot too, man, and he likes to buy teams, and he
So
usually
Richard,
takes care of
since
us very
Richard
well.
threw out the what he had to put in, I'll say what he won. He won 3,000.
I thought it might even been more than that.
All right.
Because
Not
in the
bad.
Calcutta, this is how it works. So your first day, Saturday, is the hot day. So you come out, you win 60% of the pot on the first day, because that's, in my opinion, the tough day. Can come out shooting well?
So now this is like on all different flights, right? So they
No.
No.
Everybody's on one tier.
So Sam and
so you
Cooch
play
beat, they beat everybody that.
with
That's
the handicap.
very, very impressive
with
for.
the handicap. So
yeah.
do you guys
Oh, with the
understand
handicap.
handicap?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
pro-
So
okay,
that's
yeah.
that's what makes golf fair.
Let's give
Right.
some shout outs to Sam Wood and Cooch for winning that.
It's
Hell
Stefan
yeah, baby.
Ramirez.
Stefan.
You know,
Hey,
they
so
have-
where do they play the Gold Dust tournament?
There it does, man. Dubs is our place. Yep, hell yes.
So give it up to their Dubs Dread out here in KCK. Damn right.
I asked them guys. I was like, what made them feel like they were hot? I was like, did you get out of the tee box real well? Was your second hit great? Was you chipping well? And Cooch says he was chipping and putting. And that's what wins. That's what Cooch.
I already
Chipping
know what
and
Sam.
praying.
Sam said, "I did everything. I did everything great. I'm the best.
What are you talking about? Every time I swung the stick.
I'm the best."
Sam, he come out. He's badass. Yep, he said on day 2. So they already did really well day 1.
Yeah.
So day 1, they won a pretty good chunk. They went to Danny's and closed the place down. Okay.
Yeah.
They would have done that if they had lost.
So, probably. Yeah. So then Sunday morning, there's pretty rough. They and out the box, Sam gets a eagle. And they got 6 points. And then Cooch got a par and got 2 points. So 8 points on the second day to start. They're like, hey, dude, if we probably play a little better, man, or if we just play.
Now they're
consistent,
taking it a little bit more
we could
serious.
probably
Now they're
win.
taking it a little bit more serious.
So is
Sam
this?
likes to-
Hit that pill, turn me to a superhero. Yeah.
Putting a secret out there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that out.
Is this tournament? Is this you play best ball between the two
No,
of
no,
them?
no. You're going to play your own ball.
You play your own ball the whole way through.
You know, there's this other version they play there. It's the horse race, and that's kind of what that is, where you get
Play
a
the
two-man
best ball.
team. Yep. And then the next big tournament there in October, man, we're going to play the Monster Mash. But
You've talked about that before. Is
Yeah.
that where they put it way back? You play
back.
you play the big boy box,
yeah,
huh?
the big boy box.
How much does it cost to get into the Monsters Mash?
That one's not very much. It's probably
I-
$100, $150 a person.
I,
150 a
I
person.
see the ad Astra Boys being in the Monster Bash.
Maybe we get into the Monsters Mash for the experience. Hey,
At least
how
a
would
couple
that?
of you guys
How
or
would the
something, yeah.
how would the handicap
doesn't
work
work
for
in that
us?
So do you play best ball? Do you play best ball in that
I
one?
think on that one we
Out of
do.
4 or out of 2?
I think out of 4. Man, you
No,
know,
we can make par every time out of us 4.
Think between us four, we can figure it out.
Yeah, that's the best of ball.
But you got to do better than par every time if you're playing best ball.
But then I think they also have different flights.
We
in
had those
tournaments.
flights and tiers, and I remember that one time we did it. We missed it by 1 shot
Well, you know, it was you're talking about
because we got pushed
Painted?
into the wrong pier.
Yeah, because
the wrong class.
Because my buddy I worked with, Gabe Chavez, who's a pretty good golfer, but he wanted to cheat.
That's not good.
That's
man.
how we got.
Oh,
that's how we got bumped
yeah.
up to the next level.
That's right, he did. He tried to get me to cheat too on the closest to the hole on that one.
Then you can't prove yourself.
Yeah, he wanted to
They're like,
to
"These
try to get me.
guys
He's like,
should
"Hey, you should just say it's right here." I was like, "Dude, I don't do that." Like, man,
Hey, Richard, do you follow the tournament on TV, whatever the professionals?
You know, not a whole lot, but I pay it a little bit of
Okay,
attention here
because
and there.
I noticed that there's a tour going on right now. Usually it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but this one for some reason started on Tuesday. I
It's
mean,
the British, aren't they overseas?
is that what? Is
I
that
think
why?
It's the other side of the pond.
So
yeah.
it's like
I
something
think
different
it's
there.
British.
Okay,
I think they're in overseas.
all right, okay. Anything else there, Tricky Dick?
No, thanks again.
hey, real quick, while you're here, did you
real
watch
quick?
any of the quarterback?
Oh yeah,
$2.
I watched
Yeah.
a bunch, all
So-
of it, and I didn't. You guys, the
Yeah.
other day, I could tell you guys only watched one episode, and I was
Dude.
Try to do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this
I
week
I
we're doing 3 and 4. I don't know if you remember episode 3, but it was the one labeled pain, where they kind of went over how they're all dealing with pain differently, right?
Oh, like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. You have any thoughts on that? Like,
Just that Kirk Cousins gets lit up, and he does a lot of stuff to get his body in shape, and I didn't know that that's what somebody like that would do, to take those pains, to make those sounds and grunts, and
yeah.
get
He
the
was in
air
pain,
out.
man.
Oh,
He was in
Yeah, he
pain.
couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
He couldn't breathe.
Dude. So it sounds like you're in agreement with me, Waltz, Joe. Like, I think that's one of the things we took the most away from watching episode 3. Is like, I got a lot of respect for Kirk Cousins, man.
Cousins,
Like,
man,
I had no
is-
idea he was that
He's a
tough.
stud, dude.
He's a
Yep.
stud. And you could see Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you've seen, but they had an interview together, and they actually asked Patrick Mahomes, who do you think is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL? And of course, he had Kirk Cousins sitting next to him. They had Mariota on the other side, and he's like, "It's got to be this guy right here." And it's funny because
Who said that, Mahomes?
yeah. And I believe that was a legit answer. He wasn't trying to patronize him. I believe that, because I was kind of feeling that Kirk Cousins gets a bad rap.
He's always like in that middle.
wanna hate on
This
him.
is the playoff game.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
didn't win the playoff game.
That's what he
We
gets
had
a bad
that.
rap
We
for.
were that team too. Remember?
He's a lot like Alex
We know
Smith.
what that's like. A lot.
Yeah.
He's like a lot like Alex Smith.
Yeah.
But,
Pretty
yeah.
good, just can't get you over the hump.
You know what I thought was kind of funny though? So if you pay attention, if you go back and watch that, when they answer that question and he points to Cousins, Mariota's sitting there, and Mariota kind of looks down. Like, I don't know if there's any to it if I'm reading in, but he looks like Mariota. You didn't think he was going to say you, did you? But I think Mariota would have rather had him said anyone else other than another quarterback sitting next to
Right.
him.
You know, Mariota had all the talent in the world, Heisman Trophy winner. But like we go back to it, where like the mental part of the game is where he couldn't transition into the NFL.
You know, and you've seen it at his house. You've seen it on the practice field.
Yeah, there was a difference between how Patrick Mahomes and them guys took shit serious, and then how he did. You know, but again, he's there with his wife having a kid. You know, I mean, he's gonna be there for that kid, and he probably already has a bunch of money, and he's gonna be taken care of. And
Well, you know, I
He's
said
just-
this before. I think last week. Like this, the quarterback was a really good quarterback, a mediocre quarterback, and then someone just trying to hang on.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
a good job.
Yeah.
They did a
Top
great job of
tier,
that.
And man, again, for Kirk Cousins, the season that he had, and he didn't get much respect for being a badass team.
So Richard, we should have brought you on earlier for this, but we had the taco talk.
Yeah.
What is your go-to taco place?
Go-to taco place, man. Probably just because it's very close, but I still think it is probably one of the top places is San Antonio down on Kansas.
Yeah,
Avenue.
that's what we were saying. I was saying San Antonio is kind of like the commercial spot for all those little,
the
taquerias
people
down
on
there.
the 810 or 610, people love to talk about it.
That place is very popular.
They had it on the Kansas City Star not too long ago, and it just absolutely blew up. I think I was there like a day or two after it, and the place was fucking insane.
But here's my deal.
Tacos.
If you're in Central, you can't go wrong. Whatever Mexican joint
Yeah.
you walk by, go in and
Whatever
get it.
little hole in the wall you see
Yeah.
that are
There's
selling
so many,
Mexican
man.
food on Central Avenue,
Man, go
that's
for it.
authentic Mexican food, not Tex-Mex. On Central Avenue and on
inside.
Minnesota.
What's your go-to
What was
taco
some of the ones?
place?
Did you guys name a bunch? I imagine.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
so
Yeah.
tacos on
Yeah.
wheels. You have tacos el
Tacos
Tio.
of Wells is good. Tacos
Yeah,
of
let's
Dio
hear,
is
hold on, hold on.
fantastic.
Let's hear Richard's other places. What's some other places you could rattle off?
Man,
We already said.
stumped me there
We
for
said
a
San
second.
Antonio.
He just
was
said
the
tacos on wheels.
You did.
He just said tacos el Tio. Those are two fantastic places.
And then on 18th Street there in Central, what is it?
18th and Central.
For the most part. Just
Oh, El Torrito.
El Torito.
Yeah,
is
Torrito number
top
2.
notch.
Yeah.
The first place that I ate street tacos in Kansas City was we were in the Mexican ballpark, and the guy that opened up, he's across the street from the city hall.
Richard,
Little
Oh,
catty corner.
El Camino
You have to be,
Real.
El Camino Real. So he was the first guy that, in my opinion, that
Yeah.
brought tacos.
He's got the meat in the window.
Yes, he brought tacos to Kansas
Tacos
City
al
the
pastor.
first time. The first
Yeah.
time I seen tacos like that was at the ballpark with the Mexicans, and we bought beer out
So
of
where
from
is the
them.
Mexican ballpark at?
It's off Parallel, and it's probably about 14th and Parallel.
14th and
So
Parallel.
18th and Parallel, and it would be east. That's where we play with Albert Pujols. That's where we played with Albert Pujols.
You know,
Albert Pujols.
that's
he
where we
played-
played with
he played,
Jerry,
with
Jerry
yeah,
Barajas
Jerry.
and Art and them. Oh,
Yeah, he watches our
shout
show.
out to Brawls and Soto.
Hell yeah, Jerry.
Hey,
and
so I've been listening to all these places you guys have been naming off, and I'm thinking
You-
to myself,
you've
I
been
was
to
like, you
zero?
know what? No, I've been to a couple of them actually. I've been to some places in Central.
T.I.?
So no, hold on, shush. So what I wanted to say is, I doubt that Patrick Mahomes has been to any of these places that they've mentioned.
You know, maybe San
let alone-
Antonio's.
maybe he's been to one or two, but that's the challenge we're going to put out to you, Patrick Mahomes. Hit us up. You heard it. Captain Navarro right here. He does. He knows the city very well, and I think he would be a great tour guide for you. So at astroboys@gmail.com, email us, and we'll get back to you. We'll talk to your people.
So I thought you were willing to go try one of those places.
Yeah,
And I was going to
yeah.
volunteer and say, you know what, T.I., one of these lunch times, I'll go ahead and meet up with
Tony
you, and I'll take
Hannah.
you out to
You know
lunch.
what? We
But you
can
know what?
go-
You
you know
shush
what?
me so you can kiss my ass now.
No.
Kiss my ass.
Hey, we should do Facebook Live from the taco place.
On that Astra Boys Facebook Live.
It's
watch
funny you
it-
said that.
and watch,
One
watch
taco?
T.I. eat one taco.
Yes.
It's funny you say
Not
that
crunchy white
because I would
potatoes.
be willing. Because I was going to say that I would be willing because I think it would be
No, I don't
great
care anymore.
material. Okay, so
no,
Joe,
yeah,
you
no.
and I can go here. We'll just we'll throw him out of the mix on this
Oh,
one.
hey,
Then.
this little Miss Pouty Pants.
You know
over
what?
Here. He'll be fine.
Let's
He'll be
give it
fine.
48 hours. That is, let him come back around.
You like Don Antonio's there,
hate you
Waltz,
all.
there on State Ave? Over
Yeah.
on the other side of the house.
Yeah, they have really fantastic tacos. Actually, he's his brother owns San Antonio's. They owned it together, and there was some kind of fallout. But now he's got his own place out there, so it's pretty similar. Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
couple. Yeah.
All right, so what are you thinking about Red Shirts softball there coming up this Sunday?
Man,
We got a chance? We got it?
I'm ready to
You
play.
ready?
I am ready. Like Tony
Dude.
Hannah said, this sucked.
Tony,
Red shirts.
Tony T.I. has not played one time this
For
season.
over a month. I haven't played for over a month.
I don't think we played. I think just
Once.
one time.
Yeah, and
I
then the
think
one
I
We're
asked
two
time.
and two
Yeah.
for some reason. We're two
What?
and two.
Are we on the big field, right?
No.
Field one.
So we're gonna be in Field 1. Watch us come to City Park every Sunday
hold
at
on.
4:00. We'll be in Field 1 and look for the
Have
red
you not
shirts.
seen what happened to Field 4?
Oh, the tree come
God,
down. Yeah.
It brought that fence
answered
down.
our
That's
prayers,
right,
and
that's
God
right,
said,
yeah.
"I hate field 4 too." Kaboom! Out of all the fields,
If you're 40
there's
and
4
older,
of them.
Yeah.
Right?
If you're over 40, you do not want to be on field 4.
Let me explain real quick why we hate field 4. Field 4 is the largest, longest field we have ever seen because we're all over 40 and we have no business being out there in the outfield just running our asses off.
We're pushing.
Tell them the baseball field we're talking about, Walt.
It's a baseball
Park.
field.
Yeah.
It's
one?
at City Park there at 38th, whatever.
you're seeing them guys
It's
that
called
like, get up
City
there
Park.
and then they
It's
hit
called
it,
City
they
Park.
hit
You can look
out
it
to
up.
the street.
Come and watch us play because we win sometimes. And we've won a couple of championships, so
And,
we're not fools.
Yeah.
We're not fools neither.
It's going to be entertaining one way or another.
Yes.
Yes. So that to bring us up to one more time for the last minute to real quicks. Oh, maybe I should turn this up. All right. So the USA women's team is playing tonight. They started off. They kicked it off. Well, they kicked it off yesterday. The host teams, but
did they
today they had. Well, it looks like Vietnam just did. The Vietnam score?
It looks like they're cheering, but there's no score.
I don't
on
see a
the-
score yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so USA is playing against women's national team is playing against Vietnam for the World Cup, the World Cup 2023 series.
It was just a good save. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, it's just a good.
Yeah,
save.
they had an
Okay.
excellent
So,
save.
And then she
USA
just missed.
Yeah,
the
that's what it
rebound,
was.
though.
One.
USA had a
look at
shot
the
on goal.
rebound.
Yeah.
nil.
USA had a wide open shot and they just totally whiffed it.
Women-
That's why they're celebrating.
Big fan. I'll be watching you tonight as soon as we're done here. All right, that was that one quick. Lionel Messi from Argentina. He finally made his debut today. He's playing right now as we speak with the Miami whatevers, the USA soccer team.
MLS, right?
MLS.
MLS?
Yes.
You
yes,
had
yes.
one job.
Yeah. So he
has
made his
not done
debut
much-
today.
This week he's not been on his game.
Dude, did you see how much the tickets are down in Miami to watch him play?
Probably ridiculous.
$440 average.
For soccer?
for
Get the
one
fuck outta
fucking
here.
ticket. Nope. I'm telling you, I told you guys, and then right now, this is where I want you to edit where I said Messi's coming. He's going to make a big difference in MLS for United States. It's going to be huge. We're going to get more and more of those European players to come here and play, and it's going to be huge for USA. That's what's happened already. And he's bringing his buddies, and they're all coming. We just need one right here at Sporting KC.
So do we know what the so they're playing for the first when's their first game or when's
No, they've already been playing.
Okay.
But Messi's first game was tonight.
Okay, so that's
He's
gonna
gonna
be,
play
that's
like
what's
30
gonna draw
minutes.
the attention, right? So
Yes.
we have no idea what the attendance was before,
Right.
and obviously the tickets weren't as much. So now
Well,
that Messi's here, the
absolutely
tickets
not. Could you
shot
imagine?
up.
Yeah,
Right,
$440
right.
to see this
I,
fella.
I think we should track the attendance and we can report
Yes.
back on that next
So-
week to see if it's
Yes.
working out for them.
On another note, did you see my Facebook post? My Facebook post on the at Astra Boys Facebook page.
Yeah, you did a bunch of them. Which one, Joe?
Yeah, we're gonna work on changing the
sandwich?
thumbnails for each one,
The
but
fucking breakfast sandwich of
Well,
McDonald's?
those were the videos. I'm at the pictures of Ti and the belated happy birthday.
oh, I did not see that. Oh, you motherfucker!
It was T.I.
You went and found the pictures that my sister puts up. Is that what you did to me?
I did. I wish I would have. I wish I would have.
No, that
this
wasn't
this is a Ti approved picture. I did not
Oh,
do
Yeah.
like
okay.
that.
I was
did not
like,
do
you.
like that.
I was like, okay. So for my sister loves to on every single year. She finds the most embarrassing.
Not this year. Not
She
this
didn't.
year.
She didn't. I think she must have been busy, but she goes and finds the most embarrassing picture from our childhood, and she just releases a different one every single year. So
But
All
anyway, Ti's birthday was July 15th last week. Happy belated birthday.
you
buddy.
motherfuckers still owe me a cake for the fact that you said you were thinking about buying me a
We-
cake but didn't follow through. So you guys owe me a cake, bro.
I never
actually
said that.
wanted
I don't know
to-
where you got. I didn't say
I
that.
did.
You both said it. We did a woo.
You can ask Anissa. I even said I want to buy Ti a cake for his birthday, but
What happened to that?
it didn't come together, buddy.
It didn't come
All
together.
right. Are we. Any other real quicks?
I'll do a real quick. So
Damn it, I didn't do the chime. Go ahead.
KU basketball, Marcus Adam Jr., a 4-star recruit out of California, has decided to transfer. He's only been in, I don't know, KU a month. So
All right, who cares? We wish you luck, my friend.
Yeah, so he said Lawrence was country, and the team didn't have good chemistry, and he could find something better.
Bro, it's
So,
Kansas. Well, what other country?
I mean, I think he came from California. I think he's a little bit homesick or whatever.
No,
and just,
dumbass.
Whatever.
All right, whatever.
KU's still gonna be number one without
Yeah,
him.
we're still going to win a championship without you anyways.
There you
Good
go.
luck wherever you're going.
That's my real quick.
Any other real quick, Ti?
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Smoketown Barbecue.
Smoketown Barbecue. You like barbecue? You like Kansas City barbecue? You want to stay away from the same old? Go to Smoketown Barbecue, located at
7702 Shannon Mission Parkway.
7702 Shannon Mission Parkway. Also, give a shout outs to Segura Studios. Was it Studios?
Our friends at LLC,
Yes,
Segura
Studios,
LLC
LLC. You like t-shirts?
yeah, something like that.
You like putting stuff on shirts, front and back? Oh, contact my friend Steve Segura at Segura's Studios LLC.
He probably
And-
does hats too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, he actually does. He does hats.
Did you confirm that?
Yeah. Remember we were looking at hats.
We're gonna have to look into
a while
some
back.
Ad Astra Boy hats.
Yeah. Hey.
So he's doing our Ad Astra Boys merch.
there you go. Hey, Stanley Wood Products. If
Stanley
you
Wood.
need some new cabinets,
You like cabinets?
yeah. If your kitchen's all jacked up, lame,
I mean,
call my man
yeah.
David Davis, and he'll come out and hook you up.
Yeah.
And if
You
you're
like-
trying to keep up with the Robinsons, but you want to surpass them, Stanley Woods will come hook you up.
All right.
We want to get everybody over here and say
Yeah,
one for
there
them.
you have it.
Hey, fucking
It's-
Richard, Joy Mull. Joy Mullet's out of his bedroom. He's up there playing games.
We'll catch you on the next episode. And we cut right there before King gets in.
Hey, from us to you, thank you for watching another episode of the Ad Astra Boys
Joy and Mullets,
Sports
Casey
Podcast.
Waltz, Joe Hooters, the original Ti, Tricky Dick, fucking.
Tricky Dick. I think I like that one.
They all ran out on us.
See ya, suckers!